Hello everyone and welcome to World of Darkness news on this wonderful sunny afternoon in Stockholm. We are here with special guests from By Night Studios who are here with us to talk a little bit more about the Laws of the Night, but also about the upcoming LARP events. So without further ado, let me check out very quickly if they're waiting for us. And do remember that right after the interview, we're going to jump into some super exciting news from the past week and the Vamily Spotlight, where we'll cover the community beats. Let's see if Corrigan and Jimmy are here waiting for me. Hello, hello. Nice to see you and hear you again, Jimmy and Corrigan. For those people who've missed the last stream where Jimmy was actually one of our guests, Jimmy, could you give us a little short introduction of yourself to the new audience?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm Jimmy Reckitt. Right now, I'm the producer for Laws of the Night, but previously I've been a developer on a bunch of different projects, including our Werewolf book, our Vampire the Masquerade live action volume 2, and a few other small things.
And Corrigan, you're new here to World of Darkness News. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Can you introduce yourself to the community and what do you do for By Night Studios?
Hi there, I'm Corrigan Cassidy. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. And my role at By Night Studios, I'm a developer. So I'm one of the main writers for Laws of the Night.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate you for a super successful campaign on Beckett. I just checked right before the stream. We're almost at $100,000, 64 hours left. So I'm sure we're gonna get that goal. How was it for you guys to see the support for this campaign going on?
The support was amazing. We had a lot of dedicated fans just jump on right out the gate. We sold out of our premium tiers really quickly. We actually struggled to add more just to give more people the opportunity to be a part of the campaign. And actually, we're going to talk about one of those options a little bit later on.
And again, for Laws of the Night, last time when we were here with Jimmy and Daphne, we were able to talk a little bit about what the book is. But I would love to hear about this from the developer himself. Corrigan, could you let us know, in your words, what is Laws of the Night?
So Laws of the Night is a compact package of the core lore that you need to be able to play in a LARP game, as well as the key mechanics required for it. The best part about Laws of the Night, I think, is that we're part of the V5 product line. So there's a lot of lore in the V5 world, of course. We provide the distilled points that you need to get started. And then, of course, the V5 setting material in general is valid for use. What is included in it? So the early chapters are that core primer on the setting, as well as descriptions of each clan. You've got the character creation wizard, sort of taking you through step by step how to make a character. The details of backgrounds, merits, lore sheets, and disciplines. And then a chapter on vampire society, sort of encompassing the key tenets of each sect, the positions in the sect, and the city status system that we're going to preview today that we've written for LARP, followed by a section on how to storytell and run a troupe, along with appendices that provide sample antagonists and equipment rules. So everything you need to learn.
And you did mention something about the city status system, which I'm actually very excited about, because that, I believe, hasn't been introduced so far in V5. This is something very new. Can you tell me a little bit more about this?
All right, yeah, of course. So when I think about status, I think, what do players want their status to be about? And I think when you get right down to it, status is a system that is designed to tell people, other people in the audience, what do people think about your character? So in each city, vampires are encouraged by their competitive primitive impulses to find their place kind of in the pecking order. So a vampire's status is kind of the measure of their importance as recognized by their own peers in a city. Status ebbs, status flows, based on how much support or opposition a character may have. And what makes this one special is status per sect is the same. Status can affect people outside of a sect, because ultimately in this book, status is about what does your city think of you. So let's say I'm a Hakata character. I'm not a member of any sect. I'm a Giovanni, and I'm independent, but I live in a Camarilla city. Everyone who is accepted in that city, either, let's say I'm acknowledged by the prince, or, recognized by the baron, I'm accepted. But as a person who lives in the city, the Hakata member can also be accepted to be part of the city status system. Once accepted by the prince, any character, or the baron, any character gains a dot of city status and a moniker. The first moniker that you get is acknowledged in the Camarilla or committed among the anarchs, and vampires of a different sect as the city's authority, or independent vampires, they're called accepted. But no matter,
sorry, please continue.
Go ahead. No matter what your initial moniker is, the point is, whatever you're playing, you're part of the city status game. Status rises and falls based on what people are willing to say about your character in public, only in public. So there's not secret status. It's part of the rise and fall status is what people are willing to say about you in public. So there are two different keywords that exist in this. It's support or opposition. And you gain support by, for example, committing good deeds for the city, rendering services to influential members of the court. Heck, some people probably get there by paying boons for quiet support or for open support at key moments. Opposition might come from angering another vampire, violating laws, or making political blunders. Support and opposition are announced at large gatherings and in front of a majority of the city's vampires. And what happens with that is, let's say you, me, and Jimmy want to all support Jason Herman, the lead developer. We all would announce, hey, we support this person. Here's why we support this person. And to go from your first status to your second status requires 3 support. When he gets his 3rd support, we come together as a group and we assign him a moniker based on why we support him. So if Jason has been particularly brave and sort of gallant, if you think he's brave and I think he's been gallant and Jimmy thinks he's been clever and charming, we might all come together and give him the word, for example, dashing. And so he wears the word dashing. People know that, okay, this guy's status 2, and the descriptor he's been given is dashing. And as you go up the status levels, you can build a legend for yourself based on the words that these other characters give you. So, for example, the character D'Artagnan from Three Musketeers, if he was status 4 in the Camarilla, he would be acknowledged, dashing, dangerous, and witty. It would be, that might be a set of words that would fit him. So you can have a couple of characters, even in, if you've got characters of the same clan, you got 2 Bruja, and one is clever, charming, and politically astute, and the other one is dangerous, vengeful, and courageous. You can kind of see 2 pictures of 2 very different characters through the keywords given by
super interesting, because I feel like it might have a very good replanting possibility to online communities, because we have a lot of people massively role-playing online on Discord servers, on VR chats, in various online LARPs, and I totally can see that system of monikers being adopted there. So that's super exciting. But in the meantime, I have a very quick question to chat and to people who are watching us on YouTube. In the background of the stream, you will see some of the artwork. For what exactly, I'm going to get Jimmy to give us a little bit more info about that. Could you give us your guesses about which clans are being displayed on the screen? And I am going to show you some more cool artwork in a bit. But in the meantime, Jimmy, can you tell me more about what artwork we are showing today in particular?
Sure. I guess first to pack the last segment, I think we may need to credit Jason Herman as dashing in the the rider section. But yeah, so today we're pleased to share with everybody an art preview. This is some art that we're going to feature in the upcoming Laws of the Night book. We are working with a variety of artists, but today we're showcasing the work of one of our artists named James Shepherd. He's based out of the UK. So I thought it might be fun. We're just going to show some images. We're not going to tell you what the clan is, and then everybody can guess. And I'll even say the secret is that there's some that we're actually maybe on the fence on. So if everyone shares their opinions and their thoughts, it may actually have some outcome, in terms of what portrait we assign to which clan. So I'm actually
That's
really
great.
glad
And you'll be
to
able
have a
to
little bit of
see,
help on this.
like, I will screenshot chat for you and give you like the best guesses for people. That's great. And I've seen that as you are reaching slowly to $100,000 support on Backit, some new things are being unlocked. So there were some extra goals which you've reached already, and some that you may reach very soon. Can you tell me a little bit more about them?
Yeah, so gosh, I think we unlocked a variety of great ones already, but the one we're really looking forward to is we're going to do some card decks that serve as reference materials for the book. So we've got three in mind. We've got one that's going to be it's going to be all the disciplines and stuff. There's another, and we're going to break that up into core disciplines. And I think the blood magic ones, just because there's so many for those. In addition, we've also got one specifically for blood resonance, and that's going to be the Mind's Eye Theater Dyscrasia deck. And one of the things that we're really excited about, and we'll show a little bit later on, is we're going to give people the opportunity to be in the deck as well by choosing it as an add-on tier at checkout on Backer Kit. You'll be able to submit a photo to us, which we'll incorporate. We'll work with an artist. We'll work with you to make sure everything works.
So right now in the background screen, I'm showing Mr. Jason Carl as one of the cards. Can you explain to me on an example of Jason, how is he going to be used? Like what is his role in this deck?
First, big thank you to Jason. Took a little bit of persuading to get him. I think he initially wasn't sure, but we showed it. We showed him. I think it's a pretty good picture of him. And
it's a great card.
Yeah, right. So he came around. So we're really excited to have him in. So it's very simply it's a port of the blood resonance system in V5. So in that sense, you are what you eat. You feed on somebody with a certain blood resonance. You get a one-time use benefit. So we thought that really would translate kind of nicely into feeding cards. So when you check in the game and you do your feeding, rather than having to remember a blood resonance you have, you just get handed a card. And when you use it, you give the card back. So Jason, Carl, we still haven't determined who's going to be what blood resonance specifically. I think on some of these we just use some default text. So I don't know if that's the image or not. But on our social, you may see just kind of placeholder text. But of course, there's I think. Let's see what six resonances, 4 types plus animals, so there's 25 in total. So you and Jason, Carl, and everybody else who's on we'll work with you to pick blood resonance that fits your photo, fits the theme. And
that's good.
we think
Actually, right now I'm
great
showing there's Dane, my wonderful coworker who is the business developer for World of Darkness, and also the great person who teaches people how to pronounce things on our TikTok and on YouTube. And there's yours truly. I don't know which resonance should I have, but I'm like leaning towards choleric because everyone says I'm Bruja. So maybe I just should be angry. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're very excited the three of you agreed to join. Of course, Donnie was an early adopter. She said yes right away. I think her image is pretty good between us. So I think she was an easy yes. And of course, we're glad to have you join as well. Have all three of you. So we're really excited. We think this deck is going to be a lot of fun. We've had a few other people chime in too that also want to be in the deck. We reached out to a couple of our friends actually at Desert of Shadows. We're including a couple of them too. So we think it's going to be really fun. So
that's amazing.
We're excited to introduce
I
that
would
product.
also like to ask, maybe Corrigan could answer me a little bit more about this one. I've seen that in the other backing goals, you also had some quick starts for particular clans. How do they work exactly?
So the quick start guide is designed to make it really easy to take a new for a storyteller to take a new player and get them involved in the game. It's a truncated version of the rule set. And we were initially starting with the core clans, and now we've added more and more. I think almost all the clans have been unlocked at this point. And so we provide a basic description of each, a basic description of the powers. I think their low-level disciplines are included. And we actually just unlocked adding a bit of an antagonist section and some lore sheets in there as well. The point is that it's short, it's simple, and there is a system within called the Edge that allows new players to come into the game. They have these edge points, and if they want to try to use one of their powers, they can activate one of their edge points, and they automatically succeed. If a player wants to do a test with them instead of having them automatically succeed, they explain to the person how the rule works, whatever, for example, if it's a power power that they want to use, then you can explain the rule to them and do a test. And then that edge is refunded. So these are rules that are designed to be very simple for someone new to try LARP out. And then they sort of can begin using the full Laws of the Night system after a couple of months or whenever the ST thinks it's appropriate. But it's a way to give people a very low mechanics, role play focused entry to the game, so that they don't have to come in and immediately have a book. Here's the book. Learn it all. Like, we don't want that.
Accessibility and making things simple, I love it. And especially for LARPing, which can be overwhelming for a lot of us. And I was just so happy to get that experience for the first time last year and, learn that it's not actually that scary. So I really recommend for everyone to check out how it works in practice, because it's really cool. Speaking of which, San Antonio, I've heard there's supposed to be an event in there.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we just announced our upcoming event in San Antonio. It takes place first week in November. We're really excited. The city apparently does quite a bit for Day of the Dead, so I think it's a perfect backdrop for a vampire event. We just signed a contract with our hotel. We've got some pre-sale tickets available on our website, and we've got a lot that we're working on. For now, we're confirmed. We are definitely going to do a premium Laws of the Night game. Would be very similar to some of the Blood and Betrayal games that we've had before at New Orleans and Las Vegas and Los Angeles. And so we're glad to keep that tradition going. But yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be announcing other things like special guests, special panels, other activities. We're talking about getting some of the clubs there, as well as doing demos and various other
right
activities.
Now in background of the stream, I'm showing the Be in the Deck add-on. If someone wants to be in that deck, if someone liked this cards and was like, I want to be on one of these cards, what should that person do?
We'll just go to our backer kit campaign, and it's one of the add-ons you can choose at checkout. So you can, if you just want to be in the card, I think you can. You can choose the lowest possible pledge and pick that, or if you've already supported us, which we're so grateful for, you can go on and add that as an add-on to your current pledge as well.
Thank you so much for all of this information. I am super excited to dwell deeper into the book and see what's in there and how can this content be used among the whole family, either online or in real life events. And where can we find you and more of your works, Corrigan?
My work will be at BynightStudios.com. This is actually my debut as a developer. Hopefully nobody here needs me for my day job.
I cannot wait to read that. And Jimmy, where can we find more updates and information about what By Night Studios is doing?
Sure. Follow us on social. We're on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. We probably put the most out on Facebook. So just follow us,
That's awesome.
and
And thank you so
we'll
much
keep you
for
informed.
joining us today. And yeah, I hope to see you again in the future with more exciting stuff. Also, last but not least, thank you so much for opening the Pride Store again this year. By Night Studios has the Pride Store available right now for everyone who wants to get super cute stuff. I still have my non-binary celebrity mug, so it's super nice. So thank you so much.
Oh, very welcome. We're glad to support the community. Of course, we donate part of the proceeds to the Trevor Project, so
Thank
we're
you.
very
Jimmy Corrigan,
we're
have a
very
great
passionate
day,
about that
and
cause.
I will see you later. Bye-bye.
You too.
All right, thank you.
That was By Night Studios, and now we're into the news section, so I can give you updates about everything that we've announced and dropped last week, and there has been plenty, starting with something that it was extremely hard for me to keep contained and not scream about it, because this book is something I am so excited about. Made and designed by the same person who was the author of Victoria Ash little chapters in the Camarilla book, the ones about romancing different clans. Johanna Peterson is the lead designer behind Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodstained Love. I've just noticed there's a little lettering mistake in here. I hope that you will forgive me the typo. Bloodstained Love is a source book for those of you who want to explore romance in your chronicles and more topics around the romance. Both for those of you who want to just dwell in that in a romantic, beautiful, lovey-dovey way, and also for those of you who want to add that tragedy or have some really cool romance-based chronicles in which you need to settle something going on in between the Jessica and the Seneschal, for example, etc., etc. So there's a lot of ideas for games in there. There's also tons of advice on considerate play and how to make sure that you set your boundaries right. I've been a witness and a participator, is it even a word? I hope so, in multiple role-playing chronicles and role-playing shenanigans involving romance in my life, and it is extremely important to do it considerate to people at the table, to other people seeing you roleplay as well, not only those who are roleplaying with you directly. If you're doing that through online roleplaying, through Twitch, through TikTok, you gotta be considerate towards a lot of topics and things, and this book gives you advice on how to do it. So there's a lot of information there on how to set the boundaries right and how to enjoy it, how to really tap into that romantic side of vampire, which has been with us since the ancient times of vampire media. I am personally extremely into exploring these topics more in the games. I know that people have been doing amazing, heartbreaking stories through various types of roleplay, and this book also touches different types of roleplay outside of the regular table, because it might seem like it's the easiest to, just sit at a table in an enclosed space and play with your friends that you trust, but nowadays we know that this is not the way that we often roleplay. We have to roleplay online because we don't want to, we don't maybe have resources to travel to the other side of the world to play with our friends who live in different countries, or maybe we're still really trying to keep the enclosed space with other people to the minimum, and because of that, there are so many other ways to roleplay that we want to explore. And this book explores TikTok roleplaying as well as love letters, which is just such a romantic thing that I really want to do one day, as well as adds chronicle ideas, characters, full-fledged characters in the game, new merits, flaws, discipline powers, all of them made to enhance the social aspect of your campaigns and chronicles and make sure that you can get some really cool stuff going on out of vampires in love. Kindred in love is a kind of dangerous subject. There's a lot of bad stuff that can happen, and with this book you can explore it both safely and with super interesting add-ons. Two things that were already dropped as kind of a previews. There's one little discipline power that was added called Wingman, and there's the presence power, which allows you to exert your presence powers to your allies. So basically, if you have an ally in your team, in your coterie, who is not very good at presence and being, cool for people around them supernaturally, you can give that power to them. Like little Toreador helping their friend Nosferatu is definitely possible with that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to what you think about this book. But if you're like completely not into romance, or maybe you are just a little bit more into dark academia, we also have something for you for another splat. And that is Hunter the Reckoning Alma Matters. And that is the book for Hunter the Reckoning. That is a source book expanding the lore and the mechanics of Hunter the Reckoning into the academic setting. So if you ever wanted to have this more educated, investigative kind of hunter in the big old campus, in the old university, and among those university walls, there are some creatures which you have to track, investigate, and maybe finally confront. Alma Matters is a book for you. There's going to be chronicles, universities or like academic institutions which are going to be completely different from each other. They are going to have a setting, but you can also transplant them anywhere else and use them in your local space that you feel the most familiar with. There's going to be new mechanics for the investigation in Hunter the Reckoning that will allow you to focus a little bit more on that detective side of things, on uncovering things from the perspective of a bookworm, basically. So hey, if you like them Premiere, if you like them Book Dwellers, if you like that a little bit more of a dark academia setting, then this book is going to be for you. I think this concept, like immediately when I heard the concepts for Bloodstained Love and Alma Matters, I was like, I want both of them. So I'm really happy that we're going to be able to introduce them to you later this year. Q4 2023 is the planned date for both of these books to drop. So that is the general update about that. And we had RenegadeCon last weekend, on which we had a lot more updates. Let me get through them one by one. So first of all, Renegade is preparing a brand new reprint, and that is going to be Fall of London. Is going to finally get its own reprint from Renegade, and is going to be available August, and you can pre-order it right now. So what changes are to be expected in Fall of London in comparison to the original book that maybe some of you still own? And so it had another pass of the cultural reading and the copy editing. And if there are going to be any major changes in the book that are going to majorly change the content that you may know from the book, which you've already obtained back in the days from Modifius Entertainment, then these parts of the book are going to be available for free. That's what Renegade has announced. So if there's any major things, you will get it anyway. So if you own Fall of London already, don't worry about it. But if you don't own it, it's going to have its new reprint. Now, Vampire the Masquerade Rivals also had a segment on RenegadeCon, and there were multiple things that were touched upon. First of all, Hunters and the Hunted, which is the special core set, so we can just start with that. You don't have to buy the original Vampire the Masquerade Rivals. That allows you to play as hunters, and that's going to release in August. They've been covering that a lot more on Vampire Wednesdays on RenegadeCon, as well as on the Renegade channel, as well as on RenegadeCon, so you can check it out. I've also talked about it before on the What News. Vampire the Masquerade Rivals is a great card game that allows you to competitively play as a variety of clans. Like there's been tons of clans already introduced in the expansions, and now also hunters. What's more, there are going to be new upcoming Prince of the City events during which you will be able to get the title the Prince and actually battle with others in Rivals. And that is going to happen in Columbus, Ohio, Sydney, Australia, and Atlanta, Georgia. You can check out the full calendar and where exactly they're going to happen on Renegade website. VampireCardGame.com, I believe, is also the good place to go in order to get more Rivals updates. Plus, one more thing was announced, the Vampire Royalty Pack for the 23 foiled Prince of the City winner cards. So 23 lucky people who have won previous tournaments are going to have their special cards introduced into Rivals, and these cards are going to be in this royalty pack. So congratulations to all of the previous winners. So happy that Rivals is such a big tournament game all around the world, and there are so many events happening. And if you want the event to happen in your city, do let Renegade know, because they do have a lot of support for those of you who want to get that thing going. So yeah. And for previously announced books, also some updates dropping very quickly. If you do not hear me right, or if you want to get a recap, everything is on our Discord. So just go to discord.gg/World of Darkness, and in the announcements section, there is a full written list of everything I am talking about right now. First of all, Werewolf the Apocalypse is going to have a PDF released on the 2nd of August. So the PDF is going to drop a little bit before people will be able to get their hands on the physical books. We can't wait for that. And I'm sure it's going to be a big, big, big day for all the Werewolf fans to finally have a book after so many years. Player's Guide, physical release expected in August, and Blood Sigils is right now in the final layout phase, and the book will be sent to printers soon, so we expect news about the PDF dropping soon. We'll let you know as soon as we have that. All of these news on our Discord, as usual, written form in the announcements if you want to check them out. And yeah, most importantly, August Werewolf. And let's talk about that for a little bit. If you go to Renegade Werewolves page, or just go to tinyurl.com/w5 hyphenate, not hyphenate, it's the little, I always forget how signs are called in English, okay? The little line preview. You will be able to check out the new previews for Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition. This one is about the various werewolf forms and how they work mechanically, plus frenzy. So if you want to know how Crinos exactly work in the game, and how is Lupus, Homid, Glabro, how are all these forms working mechanically in Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition, this is the preview for you. It sheds a lot of light about how frenzy is working, how long can you stay in Crinos. I always say Crinos, but I think it's Crinos. Sorry, I'm Polishifying all the names. like people are doing. Okay, so how long can you stay in Crinos, and what does it take to stay in Crinos? This is a nuclear form. You are not going to be able to stay in the major war form forever. That's something that will take a toll on you and will require sacrifices in blood. So if you want to read exactly how it works, the book previews are available right now. And yeah, I hope that you will like the new mechanics. I've seen a lot of people saying that it either reminded them of, give them some nostalgia, but also brought it to some new level and some new interesting, dangerous zone. So far, so good. I really hope that you like these mechanics, and let me know more about it on Discord or in the chat or in the comments. And for super fun news, we have a first clan-themed playlist dropping today. If you're watching us on YouTube, it has already dropped, so do check it out on World of Darkness YouTube channel. First is a keyword in here. Yes, I do plan to do more. So this is Vampire the Masquerade Malkavian playlist with dreamy lo-fi beats together with basically things to experience supernatural premonitions too. If you like to see more of them, do leave a comment and let us know how you feel about this one. I've been working hard on it for a long time because I didn't have time to finish it for a while. I think I started it in January or somewhere. But yeah, we love our music, and I know that you like getting some vibes and getting some cool tunes for your Vampire the Masquerade roleplay, and for writing chronicles, and for studying, and for everything. So this is one for you. I want to know what other clans you would like to see as well, because I'll be definitely working on more of these, because this is super fun to do. Let me know how you like it. It's dropping in 20 minutes on YouTube if you're watching us on Twitch. And in the meantime, I am joined by Hadi very quickly for the Vamily Spotlight. That is a super packed stream, but I think Hadi's waiting for me right there. Hello, Hadi. Oh my god, you look so gorgeous!
Oh, thanks. I'm trying not to melt.
Oh my goodness. Look at Hadi, everyone. This is so good. I actually have the board open, but it's zoomed in a little bit too much. Let me just do it here. Let's do it. It's fine. It's fine. It's good.
You good?
Saved. Hi, Hadi. How are you doing?
I do good. I've missed you. I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, I missed you too. I'm so happy to see you. I see that you dressed up to the occasion, and now I feel extremely underdressed. But
I
that's
was
okay.
wearing this shirt all day, I promise.
So, how was the community for the past 2 weeks?
Great. It's so hard having 2 weeks to pick everything for the board, right? But I've decided to pick mostly the OCs, people drawing their original characters, the characters they're playing in their chronicles or in their LARPs. So
that's the theme for this week, the OCs. Okay, all right. Let me check out the first one from Dravencraft.
It says Vincent took Ryan to a concert, but they weren't exactly focusing on the music. Not canon in game, of course. I thought you'd like that because I know you imagine scenarios with your characters.
Yes.
Just me going crazy over too many possible scenarios. And this is a Nosferatu and a Ventru romance.
You know what I like the most about this picture, right?
What? No, tell me.
Ghost t-shirt.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
There's some kind of really a hive mind going in the family. Like people are into the same things, like ghosts, for example. Like there's so many vampire fans who are also ghost fans. It's amazing.
And that just makes me so happy, doesn't it?
I love this piece. I love imagining scenarios. It's my comfort food, really. It's like imagining scenarios about my role-playing characters. It's how I fall asleep. So
I completely agree with that.
So I love this, and this is beautiful. I hope that they will like Bloodstained's Love, because I would love to, help exactly people who roleplay like this with this book. We'll see how it goes. And next we have Ibuna by Night.
I had been coveting a photograph of the Tati Malkavian Angel. Of course, we all know Tati, a very popular member of the Vamily. So I decided to go a little bit deeper, open my eyes. So this is and if you remember Tati Malkavian, we featured it a few weeks ago, that they have a bunch of photography that has been released on Storyteller's Vault.
Yeah.
So they took that photography and, of course, credited them for it and took a picture of their Salubri OC.
That's so gorgeous. I have a soft spot for Salubri, you know it. So
yeah, I do know that.
This is so good. I love the neon in the background, just like getting that light on the hair and just making it look so beautiful. And Salubri just needs some more love, you know. I know that it's not easy to cosplay Salubri because of the eye, but whenever I see that eye, I'm like, oh, it's my babies.
Yeah, I love Salubri. Salubri. I mean, I like all the clans for one reason or another, but
yeah,
Salubri I definitely have a soft spot for.
That is true. And I love the red theme that you have going on in there with may the nav be with you.
Yeah, is that what it says? Oh, yes. I guess. Okay, yeah, sure. I read that totally wrong when I first put this up here. This says, I support women's rights, but more importantly, women's wrongs. And this is a Toreador character they're playing in the Athens LARP.
That's so gorgeous. And also this quote is, I live for it. I live. Just amazing. Especially in Vampire the Masquerade, I absolutely do live and support women's wrongs. So,
yeah, sure, of course.
Yes. Love the stockings, love the tattoo. This is just a gorgeous picture, and it seems like, it wasn't posed, just someone just took it randomly from the side, and it just like emanates this gorgeous Toreador energy. Love it.
Yes, as I've said a million times, definitely go check out the Athens LARP on Instagram. Most of the photos are candid of them just actually LARPing, and that's pretty incredible.
Greece is really bringing it. Like every time I check out Instagram, Greece is bringing it. It's so good. And now we have Dim Dreamluga with some werewolf arts.
Just accept your fate if you pissed off a werewolf. Now this, when I first saw it, I was like, are they gonna kiss?
Like, I gotta say, it has been an in-game dream of many vampires I have met in my life. Many of them.
Oh yeah. I absolutely sort of off screen have a sort of werewolf vampire romance thing happening between NPCs in my chronicle. So it's definitely a theme I'm looking to explore in the future.
I feel like vampire werewolf romance, especially since we've announced Werewolf the Apocalypse of the Edition, has definitely been like talked about by the community a lot. There's a lot of people saying like, like werewolf vampire romance. Please give me more about that. So I like it. I feel like it's a very good example of the theme which is so present in vampire media in general, which is the forbidden love. You know, it's like
Exactly,
you
yeah.
know, the monster creeping up to your window is one thing, but a werewolf versus vampires like Romeo and Juliet. It's so romantic. It's amazing.
And as you say that, you go, but is Romeo and Juliet romantic enough? Too deep of a topic.
I mean, historically, on the base level. Okay, let's say
On the really superficial level.
on a very superficial level. Let's just go with our vampire daddies and mummies and our werewolf daddies and mummies are telling us we can't be in love, but we are in love. So they cannot
Exactly.
stop us. So that's
Exactly,
romantic.
yeah.
That's romantic.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's super romantic.
Yeah. And now we have a Toreador character going with the theme of lovely, lovely vampires from Deadly Deer Man.
Yep. So yeah, again, we're in the theme of the OC. So this is their new Toreador character, and she looks like Marilyn Monroe, and I love her.
I love it. I love it. There's something about this kind of earrings that just like screams beware. I think like Howl from Howl's Moving Castle has the same earring.
Absolutely, yeah.
Beware. I need to get these earrings one day. It's important. It's beautiful. I love the little collarbones, the cutout with the dark background and the like radiating face coming from that darkness. It's gorgeous. And
always so impressed when people do, sketches by hand as well.
And speaking of gorgeous, Cyber Goth Tarantula with the little nose.
Yep, just did a bust sketch of my Nos Morg. He's not actually cool. He's a huge nerd.
I don't believe you.
But nerds are cool.
I don't believe you a second when the person says me that this is not the cool character. They ooze cool.
His name is Morg. It's not the coolest name in the world.
It's coolest name in the world. It's like one of my favorite color schemes with the gray and green. And it's just beautiful. Look at those lace teeth too. Look at those little piercings, the stitches on the face. Everything just screams cool. It's yes. And the little like circular eyeglasses for vampires are just a statement. That's like if you want to state to everyone, beware, I am literally the worst person in the world. That's what you do. Just wear circular glasses.
No, they can be as nerdy. They can claim to be as nerdy as they want, but they're super cool.
Yeah, I love it. Beautiful art. And now we have a little TikTok from Matt Stormcrow.
Couple of TikToks.
A couple of TikToks. All right, let's check out this one. Let's see.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder? He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
I just love the accent. It makes it so much better.
The New York accent. What murder? Matt has absolutely been killing it, by the way, lately with these sort of CapCut templates that is getting real popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he's just been absolutely killing it. All of them have been vampire or mage related, and they're fantastic. Definitely go check them out.
And now I'll check out Tyler the Nerd, who has a character that has the same name as my character, and my character is a Bruja Fimblots. So yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Let's check it out.
You cannot just go around eating anybody that you want to.
I cannot.
No, you cannot. You cannot just go around eating anybody that you want.
Versus his beast talking to each other. Yeah, that's a struggle. So Tyler is role-playing in Exeter with Lucien, right?
Tyler is role-playing in Saint Pete by Night.
Saint Pete by
on
Night.
TikTok.
I see. Okay. So if you want to check out more of this cool character, Saint Pete by Night is your place to go on TikTok. It's one of the really cool vampire LARPs that are just ongoing on TikTok forever. And now we have Vampemo Queen. That's
what I'm going to say.
There we go. Yes.
So this is Emily, my Ventru fledgling gal. Of course, this is beautiful, but also made me very sad. I don't know what happened to this Ventru. I don't know if, she got cut off by her sire and now she doesn't have any money. So, but something happened and she's very sad.
So to clarify, because Miraj in chat just told me that they play on Discord, not TikTok. So just clarifying, Saint Pete by Night Discord.
Yeah, Exeter is the one that gets played on TikTok. But St. Pete, a lot of the characters from St. Pete are on make
I see.
TikToks.
Cool. And this art, I have to say, it gives me the vibes of like the Baroque art or like a, early 18th century vibe. It's just like really classic in a way, and the sadness in her eyes. It just, wonderful, very romantic. Romantic in a like
Very.
romanticism way, not romantic, it's like more like romanticism. It's like, I'm just sorry.
No,
I'm a nerd.
I completely understand. You're an art nerd. We all know this, but I completely understand.
Love it, love it,
what you mean.
love how much can be conveyed by simple like facial expression. It's
Mhm.
it's a really cool, and the limited color palette is just so good.
It's very like I can't think of the word. I want to say drab, but that's not the word. I mean like dreary.
Yeah, it kind of gives the mood. It conveys the mood as well.
Yeah.
Not only the face, but also the colors. It's super cool. And speaking of colors, we have elven butts.
Yeah, so Elven, so this is one of the characters, Elven Bots. If you go on their Tumblr, they've drawn this character a few times. It's their Malkavian character, Manto the Mad. And I like them because they remind me of a rogue, like from the X-Men comics. That's definitely the vibe I get. And I think this idea and of going from when they are mortal to where they are now as kindred is both interesting and fun idea for a character, and also very sad, which I'm into.
And I like how this again, this is the facial expression. One of the hashtags says her eyes were so kind, and it's true. There's a very vast difference in between the eyes of this character before and after.
Yeah,
and I love it. It's so good. It's such a little nice detail. And now for like Velvet the Dragon.
Here's a meme. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror. Sheriff, what you got there? Mortal ex-girlfriend in a huge masquerade breach. A smoothie. Like, haven't we all been there? Like, just...
I know you've been there.
Many times in my own life. It's a thing you have to deal with. And this piece, oh my god, I retweeted it already because I just... I live for Jess. I absolutely do. I just, like...
And for everyone who's not on Twitter, Outstar retweeted exactly crawling on the floor and gasping, something.
Yeah, like I feel like I could have like add more verbs to that, but I just didn't because I wanted to keep my my timeline safe for work. So yeah, it's just like I don't have to say anything. Just look at them. Go to Neon Jess portfolio. Check out all of these gorgeous characters, and also check out commissions because I've seen that Jess also does commissions sometimes, and I'm considering. I'm like literally considering.
Jess also does a comic as well. So
yeah, just
they are busy.
Gorgeous,
a lot.
Gorgeous. And then we have Rogue Sarah. Can you read this one?
Yeah, so I love coming across people who are playing Vampire the Masquerade for the first time, and they use things like campaign instead of chronicle, and I go, oh, it's a baby, it's a baby vampire, it's a fledgling. In the first session of Vampire the Masquerade campaign played, it was really fun. I can't wait to learn more about the other characters. The vibes are very cool. I am playing a leather jacket wearing anarchist paramedic Bruja with an Impala, and I am feeling very gender.
Feeling very gender because of Vampire the Masquerade, and I do it a lot.
And I'm like, and I saw that tweet, and I'm like, you're gonna be just fine.
You're just fine, Sarah. You're doing great.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Oh my God, no. Am I in a place? Okay, I'm here. Yes. Sorry, I just like clicked back for a second. But yeah, this is great. I love this. And what do we have here with Naked Mask?
I don't know. What do we have here? Is it a meme that would be something that you would make?
The career choice. Okay. Bye. I feel personally attacked, and I am very offended.
I know you do. Offended.
Bye. Also, yes, it is. Whoever did that is wrong. No, not a thing.
I believe vampire is a career choice. I'm choosing to live in my own reality.
Don't tell people what to do. Vampire can be a career choice. And now look at this beautiful ink from the Azure 1.
Yeah, this is a new ink. It's a Vampire the Masquerade unk, obviously, and they were very excited when they got it and sent it to me personally.
Amazing.
So I could see it, not so I could put it on Vamily Spotlight, because so they could show me.
Amazing.
Yeah,
it's actually the same design I want to have on me one day. So yes, I decided I don't want to have a clan because I like my clan preferences change every few years. But yeah, I think I just go for an ink one day. difficult to have?
Yeah, they were struggling a lot with a lot of different, whether to get a clan that they really like, and eventually they settled on this because obviously that seems like the safest bet.
That is true. And look at this friendly face. This is Syrinx.
It is. It's Syrinx. This is Syrinx's final participation in this particular LARP. Last Saturday, we had our final Vampire the Masquerade LARP session of our local chronicle. I've always enjoyed playing my Toreador, and I decided to go out in style, as all Toreador should. First LARP I joined 3 years ago, and it's been a wild ride. Although it's very nice and bittersweet, and of course, Syrinx always looks beautiful, especially when they play a Toreador.
Pictures are just like the aesthetic in itself every single time. Like every single time I see Syrinx's picture, I just have to stop. I just have to stop my day. Like nothing is happening right now. I'm looking at this picture, and it's gorgeous, beautiful, talented, one of the kinds, never the same. It's great, and I really want to roleplay with, LARP with Syrinx one day. I hope that's gonna happen.
That would be really fun.
And this thing just like puts so much attention of myself to itself, and I want it. Welcome to the Night by David Gibson. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yes. So David Gibson is pretty prolific on Storyteller's Vault. They've written, if you remember, an expansion to Havens. They've written a Hunter the Reckoning supplement called Ways of the Hunt, something like that, where just sort of a more quarries for the hunters to go after. And this is their 4th supplement I think they've written. And it is about welcoming new players into Vampire the Masquerade. But what's unique and interesting about this is that they're designed to be cut out and cut up in a way so that you can hand these things out, so it can be like really fast. And they have this sort of little cheat sheet there, so you can really get going with the chronicle real fast.
This. Like no kidding. This is like yes. I love that. I love just like easily accessible things for the new vampire players. And we have only 2 minutes, so I'm getting very quickly into. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Amazing. We have amazing pieces from Arson Kuma, Ewo6666, Zeynep, and Lucy. All. Yes,
DVM Piper.
All dedicated to LA by night and New York by night. We won't be dwelling into them deeper, unfortunately. But that was just because we had lots of stuff to cover today, and I would love to do it more. But thank you so much, Hattie. I really hope to see you next time so we can cover even more of these.
Oh yeah, I'll be here if my internet is alive.
It has to be alive, and if it is not, I will revive it myself. I'll see you here again. Thank you so much, Hattie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And unfortunately, we are not going to have a Q&A section today on the stream, so you can find me on Discord as usual at discord.gg/World of Darkness. If you have any questions, you can just drop them there in the general chat. And right now, I will be dropping the link for you, those of you who are on our stream, to go watch Vampire the Masquerade's Malkavian playlist with me, which is dropping in just 1 minute. For those of you watching us on YouTube, it has already dropped. So thank you so much for joining us today. Do not get lost in the night, and let's go watch some cute little lo-fi. Don't get lost in the night again, and goodbye.